Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, so folks, strap in because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most shocking and game-changing rumors swirling around the NFC East in recent memory. It's about a blockbuster trade proposal involving none other than CeeDee Lamb, the Dallas Cowboys star receiver, heading to none other than the New York Giants. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't just some idle speculation. Sources close to Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini are whispering about a potential deal that could shake the division to its core. And honestly, if this trade goes down, it might reshape the entire landscape of the NFC East, flipping the script on everyone's expectations. Right now, the Cowboys are sitting at a disappointing 4-5-1, and their cap situation is looking downright ugly for 2026, with a negative cap of about $15 million. That's a tough spot for any team, especially one with postseason ambitions. The rumor is that Dallas could be looking to unload some of their expensive assets to clear cap space and bolster their offensive line, which has been allowing a staggering 28 sacks this season. Now, it's no secret that the Cowboys have been struggling offensively, ranking around 29. 6 points per game, but their attack has been inconsistent and lacking that explosive element they desperately need. That's where CeeDee Lamb comes into play. In 2025, Lamb has been lighting it up, even with injuries. He's put up 40 receptions for 557 yards and 2 touchdowns over just 7 games, averaging nearly 80 yards per game, which is elite by any standard. His PFF receiving grade is a stellar 89.4, and his contested catch rate is around 62%, showcasing his ability to win tight battles and make tough grabs. Lamb's career stats are impressive, with over 500 receiving yards and 32 touchdowns, and he's been targeted about 61 times with an average of 13.9 yards per reception. His EPA per target is plus 0.28, and his yards after catch sit at roughly 5.1 yards per reception. That's a dynamic receiver who can change the game with speed and precision. Now, what makes this situation intriguing is Lamb's injury history. He suffered a shoulder injury in Week 8 but bounced back strongly, posting 112 yards in Week 10. His speed, with a 4.52-second dash, combined with his ability to separate, usually around 2.3 yards on short routes, makes him a nightmare matchup for defenses. Plus, he's been responsible for 18 big plays over 20 yards, surpassing his career average of 14 big plays per year. His drop rate is just around 3.2%, further proving his reliability. When you think about how Lamb can elevate a quarterback like Dak Prescott, it's clear that his presence could boost Dallas's offensive efficiency significantly, especially in clutch moments. But here's where things get really interesting. For Dallas, giving up Lamb would be a tough pill to swallow, especially given their cap crunch. They've invested heavily in players like Micah Parsons, and they're trying to rebuild their offensive line after a season marred by sacks. Extending Parsons and trying to patch things up on the line has left them with limited options. Losing Lamb could mean a dip in their passing attack, which currently averages around 210 yards per game, a 25% decrease from previous levels. That would likely push their offensive production further into mediocrity, especially in a division where the Philadelphia Eagles are dominating with their high-powered offense. Now, for the Giants, this could be a golden opportunity. The team is currently sitting at 2-9, and their offense has lagged behind expectations. The addition of Lamb could be the spark they desperately need. Projected to rack up around 300 yards in 2026, Lamb would instantly become the primary weapon for Daniel Jones, elevating the offense from a modest 21.5 points per game to over 27, possibly even breaking the 30-point barrier. His presence on the field would open up so many mismatches against defenses like the Eagles, who are known for their stingy, but sometimes vulnerable, secondary. Currently, the Giants' receivers like Darius Slayton are underperforming, averaging just 1.8 yards per route with a PFF grade of 72. That's not enough to keep defenses honest. Lamb's addition would give the Giants a reliable, explosive receiver who can create separation of about 2.5 yards. making things much harder for opposing defenses. This move could also help the Giants mitigate some of their offensive line issues. With 3 starters out due to injury, the Giants have been surrendering around 32 sacks this season. Acquiring Lamb would not only boost their passing game, but also help reduce sacks, bringing that number down to around 20, giving Daniel Jones more time to operate. The potential for this offense to turn into a true scoring machine is real, especially if they can harness Lamb's playmaking ability and combine it with their existing core. And let's not forget how this impacts the division in a more macro sense. The NFC East is already a bloodbath, with the Eagles leading the charge and the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders all vying for playoff positioning. If the Giants land Lamb and start clicking offensively, it could push the division into a new era. The Super Bowl odds would skyrocket, with the Giants potentially jumping from +10, 0 to +3, 500, making them serious contenders. Lamb could be the X-factor in the playoffs, especially against defenses like the Commanders, who have struggled against high-powered offenses. Now, what does this mean for the Cowboys? It's a classic case of a team trying to get everything they can out of a tough situation. They're capping out on their roster, trying to rebuild their offensive line, and hoping to stay competitive without Lamb. But losing him could make their passing attack much more predictable, especially with Prescott's stats potentially taking a hit. The division is so competitive that a small dip in offensive firepower could be the difference between making the playoffs or missing out entirely. On the other hand, for the Giants, this is about seizing the moment. They've been building something with Daniel Jones, and adding a player like Lamb could push them into real playoff contention, maybe even a deep run. His ability to turn routine catches into big plays, combined with the Giants' improving offensive line, makes this scenario extremely appealing. The Giants' coaching staff would surely be excited about the prospect of having a player who can elevate the entire offense, especially in tight games or crucial moments. Of course, this is all speculation for now, but the fact that such rumors are circulating indicates how desperate and strategic both teams are becoming. The Cowboys need to improve their offense, and Lamb's talent is undeniable. The Giants, on the other hand, are looking to capitalize on every opportunity to climb the standings after a tough start to the season. If this trade happens, it would be a seismic shift, with the NFC East shaking up in a major way. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, this potential trade could be the move that defines the Giants' strategy for the next couple of seasons. Lamb's talent and explosiveness fit perfectly with the Giants' vision of transforming their offense into a high-octane, explosive unit. It's about making a statement, about showing that they're serious contenders, and that they're willing to go all in to compete at the highest level. For the Cowboys, losing Lamb might mean a more cautious approach, focusing on rebuilding that offensive line and trying to squeeze the best out of Prescott and their defense. But make no mistake, if this trade materializes, it will be the talk of the NFL for months. And for us Giants fans, it's exciting to think about what this could mean. A big-name receiver like Lamb, combined with Daniel Jones's improving play, could be the catalyst for a serious playoff push. The division is tough, no doubt about it, but with Lamb in the fold, the Giants could finally crack the code and start winning those close games that have eluded them in recent years. The Super Bowl window might just be opening wider than ever before, and Lamb could be the missing piece. So as we sit here dreaming about the possibilities, keep your eyes peeled for any official updates. Rumors are swirling, and while nothing's confirmed yet, the potential is electrifying. The NFC East is about to get a whole lot more interesting, and the Giants could be right at the center of it all. Whether this trade happens or not, one thing is for sure. The next few weeks are going to be critical, and your New York Giants are poised to make some serious noise. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep believing that the Giants are on the verge of something special. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.